Hi, I'm Kim Bass with Kim Bass Life and Grief Coaching. I'm a certified grief coach, and I work with people to help them regain control of their life after experiencing a devastating loss. Today, I'd like to talk with you about the 3 steps in grief recovery. These are the same 3 steps that I used during my own grief journey after the loss of my beloved mother and grandmother within months of each other. As you can imagine, this was a devastating time in my life, and I was filled with sadness, I was depressed, and I felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. Up until that point, I'd been a pretty optimistic and positive person who could usually find a silver lining in most circumstances, but nothing I did could get me out of the hole of sadness and depression I was in. One day, I talked to a life coach, and she said that I should make a vision board to outline the vision that I had for my future. And I told her honestly, without my mother and grandmother being in my life, I really didn't have a vision for my future. She suggested that I change my perspective and not focus on what I lost, but focus on the life and the love lessons that my mother and grandmother shared with me during the time that we did have together. It was at that moment that I decided to stop mourning my loss and to celebrate the life of the amazing women that was my mother and my grandmother. I began to acknowledge the pain and the changes that the loss had made in my life. I started to look at the possibilities for my future now, and I decided that the remainder of my life would be lived as a living legacy for my mother and my grandmother. As I began my healing process and began to rebuild my life, I realized that other people were going through similar situations like I was going through, where they were sad and depressed. And I decided that it was my purpose and my passion to help other people regain control of their life after experiencing a devastating loss. So I would like to share with you my ebook, The 3 Steps in Grief Recovery, where you also can learn how to acknowledge the pain that you're experiencing after your loss. Learn how to look at the possibilities for your life now. What is now possible for you that wasn't possible for you before, and how to take control of your life and determine how you're going to live the remainder of your life. To get my free ebook, go to my website, www.griefsolutionscoaching.com, and download your free copy. And please, if there's anything else that I can do to help you in your grief process, please contact me. Remember, the bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you refuse to take the turn. Take care.